Assalamualaikum, everyone. We are going to discuss this chapter, hormones, and it is a subtopic of coordination and control. Now, coordination and control is a main topic, and it has the subtopics like nervous system, mammalian eye, hormones, homeostasis. These are the four major topics, right? We have already done the nervous system and mammalian eye in the class, and now we are going to discuss this chapter, hormones. Now, when I'm saying coordination and control, as you have studied in the chapter nervous system, that how my body is um, coordinating with the stimuli or stimulus. And in biology, you know what is stimulus now. Stimulus means something which is bringing change in your body. And my body is reacting towards it. My body is responding towards it, right? And that responding is not a single, it's not done in very singular way. Like it needs a coordination. There's a whole system in my body who's going to receive the message, process the message, and then is going to respond towards you. The parts of the body which receives the message, the main area where the message is being processed, and the other target organs which are involved in it, and the affected area is going to respond towards it. This is whole coordination, right? And we are controlling it as well. So how we are controlling it? By responding towards it. Okay, as we studied in the nervous system, we discussed about the sensory neurons and how the nerves communicate with the stimuli. It's a way of communication in a very coordinating manner. Similarly, there's another type of communication with the stimuli other than nervous system is known as endocrine system, which deals with these hormones. So today we will discuss these hormones. What are the important uh, parts are asked in the paper, which are important points you need to focus on. Let's go through the learning objectives. Number one, what you need to remember in the hormones, the definition of the hormones, right? Then you need to identify the hormonal glands, means those parts of the body who produces the hormones on a diagram, right? Means you need to able to locate them, you need to able to identify them. You have five type of hormones or the glands which are given in your syllabus: adrenal gland, pancreas, pituitary gland, and the testes and ovaries. Not more than that. These are the major five they are going to ask in the paper. Now, what are the major hormone which is asked in the paper? That is the adrenaline produced by the adrenal gland. This one, and how it works, what is the coordination, how it communicates with the stimuli, how does it respond. We will discuss this in this chapter. Plus there's another hormone, what how it's going to control the blood glucose concentration, that is known as insulin, right? We are going to cover up these two major hormones in this chapter. Plus you need to able to compare the nervous system and the hormonal control on the basis of the speed of the action and the duration of the effect. Okay, first of all, let's understand what is actually hormone. This whole system, like there's a system who deals with the uh, receiving of the message and responding utilizing the electrical impulses, that is known as nervous system, right? However, there's one more type of system in our body, that is known as endocrine system. Endocrine system is another way of communicating towards the stimuli and responding towards it, but not in an electrical impulse way. Rather, it uses some chemical substances, right? that chemical substance is known as hormone. And if we talk about the electrical impulses, the message moves from synapse to synapse, right? It moves from one neuron to another neuron, and the speed of the electrical impulses, like it moves with the speed of electricity, right? But if we are talking about the chemical substance, chemical needs to be transported from one place to another place, or from one area towards the target organ. Hmm? How it will travel now? Electricity doesn't need any mode of traveling. It is itself the movement of the electrons. But how the chemical will move in my body? So the medium of my body of transporting the material, that is blood, right? So these chemicals, all the hormone need the blood to be to carry those. It needs the blood to be carried towards the target organs, right? So this is about the hormone. These are the major things you need to know about how the hormone works. The system is same. Almost the communicating method is same as well, but how it is interacting, or how it is reacting towards the response, towards the stimuli, this is you need to able to compare between the nervous system and the endocrine system. So the study or the system which deals with the hormones, that is known as endocrine system. And in the endocrine system, the method of uh, communicating, or the method which responds towards the stimuli, that is known as the chemical or the substance which actually receive the message and then respond towards the message, is the hormone. All right, now what is the definition of hormone? What are the key points you need to remember when you are writing about the hormone? A hormone is a chemical substance made up of protein produced by a gland. Now, gland is actually any organ which is releasing the chemical substance, is known as gland. And in the gland, you have goblet cells. Which cells? You have goblet cells. The goblet cells, you must be knowing about it, as we have studied in the chapter digestive systems, right? So goblet cells are the cells who makes up the chemical and then release it. Whether it's a hormone, whether it's a chemical, whether it's a mucus, anything. The secretion produced by the cell is known as the goblet cell. And these goblet cells, when they become an organ, that's known as gland. So liver is an example of a gland, all right? Now, carried by blood, this is a mode of communication or mode of transportation which alters the activity of one or more specific target organs. Alter means according to the situation, how it needs to be responded, or how it needs to be worked, whether the situation, our body has a setup point, right? Everything in my body is balanced, is at a fixed set point. You know what is set point? Like my body temperature is 37 and it needs to stay at 37. That is my set point. Set point is my target point, which needs to be maintained. That's known as set point. I cannot go beyond it. I cannot go above it. Okay? So this is known as set point. I need to maintain that set point. So if something goes above or beyond, it is altering my situation. Right? So hormone actually deals with that situation. That what happened, like for example, my body temperature is 37, right? Right now, this is a winter season, or when we have a summer season, we feel hot. Why did we feel hot? Because in the surrounding, the temperature was higher. My body detected it. My skin detected that, right? And then we started to feel that, oh, now the temperature is rising. My body temperature will start to increase from 37 to maybe 37.1, 37.5 towards 38. I need to remove that extra heat which I have absorbed, because that extra heat is not good for me. My set point has been altered now. I need to fix it. All right, I need to fix it. Here comes some these coordinating systems. Either it's a nervous system or it's a endocrine system, right? Okay, back to the definition of hormone. A hormone is a chemical substance that made up of proteins. If it is made up of protein, remember that if I do the food test on the hormone made up of protein, I will get the Burette test, which will give me the purple color. And they are highly affected by the temperature as well, right? As like the enzymes, they were affected by the temperature. So hormones are also affected by the temperature. A hormone, again, a hormone is a chemical substance made up of protein produced by a gland carried by the blood, which alters the activity of one or more specific target organs and then destroyed by the liver. After it has done its work, then they are going to be destroyed in liver. Liver is that organ where almost everything is destroyed. It's, you can say it's like one of the function of the liver is it detoxifies the body. It removes the toxins. It's like a dustbin of the body. Like enzymes, when they are denatured, destroyed in the liver. Antibodies, when they are done their work, they will be destroyed in the liver. All right. Drugs, they are destroyed in the liver, like alcohol or nicotine or heroin. They are destroyed in the liver. And hormones, right, when they are done with the work, they will be destroyed in the liver. So liver is very important gland or the body organ which deals with this situation. That's why it is one of the functions of the liver is that it detoxifies. It detoxifies detoxifies the toxins, right? Okay, so this is about the hormones gland. We have already discussed about the gland, and we have also described about the endocrine system. Endocrine system means hormones need to be released into the blood. They have to carry by the blood, directly poured into the blood. Okay, there's also one another type of system that is known as exocrine system. Just giving you a short info about it. What is exocrine system? There's something known as duct. If you see this duct, D-U-C-T, duct. Duct means, for example, this is my target organ, right? And this is the area where the hormone will be released or any chemical is going to be released. There are two ways. Either it is connected directly to this part. So there must be like a pipe or like a tube which is connecting this part of the cell, with this part of the body with this part of the body. That is the target part. All right, this is the target part, and this is the part where the chemical is being released. Either they are connected directly with each other through any pipe or through any channel. That is known as duct. In the body part, in the human body, when two parts or two area of the body are connected directly, that is known as duct. That pipe is known as duct. Like we have discussed tear duct in our eye when we were studying about the chapter eye. We have discussed about the bile duct. Remember, the gallbladder releases the bile into the duodenum. It cannot release it directly, right? So it needs they have a proper channel, they have a proper tube that allows the gallbladder to release the bile into the duodenum, right? It's an organ to organ. There's no connection of the blood here. It's between organ to organ directly. There's no connection of the blood, no mixing of the blood, right? That was a bile duct. Pancreas to the duodenum, that was the pancreatic duct, right? And there was one more duct which you will study, that is known as sweat duct, when we will discuss about the skin structure, right? So duct means when it's like a tube between two organs and the things which are being exchanged directly. But a hormone doesn't have this duct. So those glands who have duct are known as exocrine gland. They have duct. Okay, and those glands which are endocrine, they do not have duct. Not have duct. They will release their chemicals towards this target area through blood. They need a medium now. उनके पास कोई ट्यूब नहीं, कोई टनल नहीं है, right? They need a medium. So that's why they do not have duct. This is how the endocrine gland and exocrine gland are differentiated. Clear? I hope this part is clear to everyone what is hormone and what is endocrine system, what is endocrine gland, what is endocrine exocrine gland. One of the example, there's a gland known as pancreas, which gland, or you can say it's an organ that is known as pancreas, which which is both endocrine and exocrine. Means when it is an exocrine, it releases the digestive enzymes. Remember, pancreatic duct. And the endocrine means it releases a hormone directly into our blood. That is known as insulin, which we are about to study that. All right. So these are the important points related to these terms. Okay, now let's move on towards the location of the uh, hormones production, right? Our second part of the learning objective means how would you identify the glands in the body? Now, there are two pictures, whichever is feasible to you. I am using this one. Uh, how does my body know that there's something, something has changed? There must be someone in my body who monitors things, right? So there is a part of the brain that is known as hypothalamus. It is in the brain, hypothalamus. You can say it's not a gland, but it is that part of the brain which monitors my set points. Like if the temperature changes, hypothalamus will know. If the blood glucose concentration changes, my hypothalamus will know, right? Anything which change in my body, there's something or someone who is going to monitor that or who's going to be alerted. Now, when the hypothalamus has been alerted that something has changed, now it needs to communicate with the certain organs so they can bring back that change back to the set point. They need to interact, the hypothalamus needs to interact with the different parts of the body, right? So how to bring back that or how to fix that change which has occurred in the body. So it has a gland underneath the brain here. If you see underneath the, not underneath the brain, underneath the hypothalamus. In the brain, but underneath the hypothalamus, that is known as pituitary gland, right? Pituitary gland, and it's known as the master gland. Means it has a variety of different hormones which is produced by this gland. Means they take the instructions from the hypothalamus, and then there's this pituitary gland uh, is releasing a hormone respectively, and then going to target to that particular area, right? So one is known as pituitary gland. It is present in your brain near the hypothalamus. Number two, in your neck area, neck region, near underneath your Adam's apple, right? That is known as thyroid gland. Very common gland. Most of you know about the thyroid gland, and it produces a hormone known as thyroxine. And it is in your neck region. What does it do? The thyroid gland actually deals with your metabolism. Metabolism means it deals with my the body reactions. And you know, if my body reactions are working perfectly or properly, then my body is working properly. If there is any problem in those body reactions, then there will be a problem in my functioning of the body. right? So there are many problems you have seen in your family members as well. The problems as in the symptoms like the fatigue or the pain in the body or being lethargic, or there's a problem with the growth. There's many other symptoms which deals with this thyroid gland, right? It produces a hormone known as thyroxine. Here it is written as well, thyroxine. Now, coming to another part, in your abdominal region, you have a leaf-like structure known as pancreas. It produces two hormones, insulin and glucagon. Pancreas deals with controlling the blood glucose concentration, right? After digesting the food and after the assimilation, the blood glucose increases. So most of the blood glucose is utilized by the cells for the assimilation, for the respiration. I'm connecting this part with the chapter digestion, right? What will happen to the excess of the glucose? That excess of the glucose now is an alarming condition. It needs to be fixed because I have a fixed level of a or a set point of a blood glucose concentration. So this pancreas come in handy now and is going to help in controlling the blood glucose concentration. Now, next organ or next gland is known as adrenal gland. This is the part of your learning objective as well. And it is present above the kidneys. It is in a conical triangular shape. Adrenal gland produces a hormone known as adrenaline. Many of you are aware with this term adrenaline. It works in a stress condition. It works with emotions, right? Those who have a habit of reading books, you know about this term, adrenaline rush. So this is adrenaline. Now, if there another gland, that is, if it's a male, that is known as testes. It's a gland which produces the sexual hormone, a male sexual hormone known as testosterone, and it gives the male body the male characteristics, right? And if it's a female body, that is the ovaries. The organ are the ovaries, and it produces two hormones, estrogen, and there's one more, progesterone, which we will talk about it, right? So all the hormones, whether it's a male body or a female body, are same, except for the sex hormones. Male testes produce testosterone, female ovaries produce estrogen and progesterone. Okay, all right.